Hello, good morning everyone. We all know that to be a teacher, we need to master various teaching skills. And one of the important teaching skill is skill of questioning. When a teacher asks questions, there are various purposes behind asking these questions. And these purposes are to help the students display or test their knowledge. So if you want to know whether the students have understood what you have taught, then for that particular purpose, you ask a question. The second reason is elicit desired information from students. If you want to get some information from the students, then again, the questioning technique comes to your rescue. Develop subject matter in the class. When you are teaching, you need to develop your teaching material. And to go from one step to another, you ask certain questions that will help you in developing the subject matter. Enable students to analyze problems related to the topic being taught. So you would like to know whether the students have understood or not, and you want them to analyze the problems related to the topic which you have taught. So for this also, the teacher can use questioning technique. Enable students to apply their knowledge to a specific new situation. You have taught them certain thing. Now you want to see whether they are able to apply this knowledge in some other situation or not. So for this also, you can ask certain questions, give them certain situations and ask them how they are going to use that knowledge. Help students to evaluate for themselves their understanding of the concepts. So when the students are not able to respond, then they will come to know that what is the extent of their learning. Motivate the students to participate in the teaching learning process. So this also acts as a motivation for the students in the entire teaching learning process. Otherwise, it will be a very boring process. Now, we say that questioning is a skill. And to understand this, we should think that in terms of the three important components of questioning. And the three important components of questioning is structure, process and product. So when we talk about structure, that means the important points which you look for is the grammatical correctness. Whether the question which is being formulated is grammatically correct or not. And the second point is consciousness, conciseness. So the question has to be concise. It need not be elaborated unnecessarily. It should be concise. It should be small. It should have relevancy. That means the question has to be relevant. And the last is specificity, that the question has to be specific. So if you want to see whether the structure of the questioning is proper or not, that means you will look for these four important components, and these are the grammatical correctness, the conciseness, the relevancy and the specificity. Now if I want to see the grammatical correctness, then the examples are: when did Olympic Games started? Is it grammatically correct? Where is Lakshmi Bai born? Is it grammatically correct? Who teach you English? Do Mohan go to school? Now if you want to see whether they are grammatically correct or not, then how do we ask the questions? When did Olympic Games started? So it should be: when was Olympic game started? Where is Lakshmi Bai born? The grammatically correct question will be: where was Lakshmi Bai born? Who teach you English? Can be grammatically correctly pronounced as: who teaches you English? Do Mohan go to school? It should be written as or asked as, does Mohan go to school? So this is about the grammatical correctness. The second part is conciseness. That is, it has to be concise. When you talk about concise, you are basically talking about the length of the question. The question should not be too lengthy. Does anyone know when did India get freedom? Who can tell me the name of President of India? Can you tell me which is the most beautiful building in India? So, there are certain unwanted words in these questions if you see. So, let it be concise. Like the first one, does anyone know when did India get freedom? Can we simply ask like, when did India get freedom? The second one, what is the name of the President of India? The third one, which is the most beautiful building in India? So these kind of unnecessary words can be avoided, and the question should be concise. Relevancy. The question should be relevant to the topic. What you are teaching. Example, teacher is teaching a lesson on the celebration on Independence Day. And you are asking, when do you celebrate Independence Day in your school? So the answer will be, we celebrate Independence Day on 15th August. But suppose if you are asking a question, who elects the president? So this is something unwanted or irrelevant. This is not the topic which you are teaching, and it is not the part of the topic. So when you are asking a question, it has to be relevant. Specificity. Question should be specific. Like, who is the Prime Minister of India? Who discovered America? What do you know about King Ashoka? Tell me something about the climate of Tundra region. So here if you see the question number 3 and 4. What do you know about King Ashoka? So you know various things about King Ashoka. But what do you want the students to tell you? Is it about his personal life? Is it about his social life? Is it about his contribution? So this question if we see is not a specific question, because each student may give different kinds of answers. The last one, tell me something about the climate of Tundra region. What do you want to exactly know about the climate? So here also this question is not specific. But if you see question 1 and 2, they are specific. Who is the Prime Minister of India? So you are going to give the same answer. Who discovered America? Students will give the same answer. So this was about the structure. So in the next class, we will be talking about the process part. Thank you.